was working outside of my home today and something hit me. So I pulled over in my car and I did a video on situationships. You're probably like, Laura, what is a situationship? A situationship is when two people are dating and both of them get the benefits of a full-blown relationship, but there is no commitment, zero commitment. Some people, this works for them. They want casual, they want to come and go, they want to date other people while also dating or sleeping with this person. Situationships work. There's usually no monogamy in any segment of that unless there's maybe agreed upon monogamy in the bedroom. So I'm going to tell you first what psychologists say about situationships. Number one, situationships usually have one of the parties that catches feelings. Yep, someone falls harder for the other than the other person falls for them. And this, of course, complicates things because you have someone, let's say, Jane falling for John, and John's like, no, I'm good. I have 3 or 4 women that I'm seeing, and we have fun together, and I don't know what I want. I don't want a relationship right now. I want things to stay how they are. Loosey-goosey, right? That works for some people. However, for others, it doesn't. When Jane goes all in, she wants John to go all in. So what happens when this happens? Psychologists say that most situationships, not all, but most situationships don't go the distance. They just don't make it. They don't have that glue that makes the relationship stick together. There's not monogamy. There's maybe no trust. So if you're thinking about going the distance and the other person just won't jump in with 2 feet after a certain amount of time, you may want to rethink that. I've heard of a situationship that lasted 7 years. 7 years. And the woman, she had wanted to get married and have kids. So she finally bailed. And guess what? A few months later, she met the man of her dreams and has a family and lives somewhere in Texas now and super happy. So let's look at 5 signs of a situationship. If you're like, Laura, am I in one of these? What does this look like? Number 1, there is inconsistent communication. And I mean inconsistent. You might hear from this person you care about, that you're in this situationship with, for 3 days in a row, a text or 2 a day, or even a phone call, and then they disappear for 3 or 4 days. And guess what? They have no responsibility to call you or check in with you. And not that you want to keep tabs on someone, I'm not saying that, but gosh, when you're intimate with someone, physically intimate with someone, especially as a woman, we kind of want to hear from you occasionally, not every 4 days. And when you're gone, I wonder who you're out with and what you're doing. And that leads me to the next point. That causes anxiety. Situationships often have anxiety, especially for the person who's caught feelings. Because you've agreed to this situationship, so you have no ground to stand on. And then now you're wanting to change the rules, rightly so, if that's how you feel. And the other person's like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this. Something to think about. Another sign that it's a situationship, last-minute plans. For example, hi, sweetheart, it's Valentine's night. You want to grab dinner in 45 minutes? I'll pick you up. No. Should have asked me a week ago. Maybe we are in this thing, but a little respect, or ask me yesterday even at the very latest. Goodness. So everything is at the last minute. What does that show us? It shows us we're not a priority. We're way down in the pecking order, We probably come after the kids, even the ex-wife or ex-husband, house repairs, work. We're way down. And you wonder, when things like that happen, how many other people did you call before you got to me? And I know sometimes people are just really busy, but seriously, I was laughing about this with a gentleman I know. I'm like, you can just text her from the potty. When you have to go to the bathroom, freaking send a text. Anyway, so there's also no depth to the relationship. Very seldom do you find yourself talking about deep emotional things like you need to take care of your elderly parents, you have a brother going through some familial stress, work's not going well, everything is surface and happy, happy, happy. And that's not real life. We want to have the best life we can have with joy and peace, but sometimes things come at us, don't they? Probably can't talk about those in a situationship. And then finally, this is all just one big mixed signal. Just one, just huge. It's confusing. You don't know where you stand. I don't know where I stand. That's what a situation causes the person who's in a little more involved, a little more invested. That's how they feel. This is just one big mixed signal. So how do you stay out of situationships? Number one, you got to take it slow. Time shows character. You can see what someone's really about if you take things slow. And for women, we know, you guys have probably heard this. Women think clearly until they jump in bed with a guy. Men don't think clearly until they do. So women, you may have the power in the relationship because you haven't slept with him yet. And I'm not saying that we all have to have power, but wow, maybe things are like even, right? You guys are even. And then you sleep with him and he's like, cool, all right, that was fun. I'm gonna go see Susie Q and see what's going on there. So we need to take it slow before we take that next step towards intimacy, unless you're okay with a situationship, which is great, go for it. Absolutely. I have really thin skin. It's hard for me to do that. And about character, right? Time shows character. We've got to start looking at character over chemistry. And I'm quoting relationship expert Matthew Hussey. If you haven't checked him out, I think he's awesome. He says we have to look at character over chemistry because that's the glue of any relationship. Think about it. If you've been in a relationship, at the beginning, there's just so much chemistry and things are great if you have it. Chemistry's rare, it is, but it's what we all deserve and it's amazing, but there needs to be character too because chemistry is going to fade. If you want that long-term deal in 10 years, the chemistry ain't gonna be what it is now. We want it to be, but that takes a ton of work and it can be close. But I think it's a deeper love. That's how I describe it. It's a deeper love than the hit the sheets as soon as the lights go off, right? So there needs to be character over chemistry because that's the glue that holds everything together. And then as we say that, let's go back to the mixed signal thing before I wrap up. Mixed signals are a signal. We don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because I've dated and gotten mixed signals. But mixed signals are a signal. We know, ladies and gentlemen, when someone's crazy about us. They blow up your phone, or at least they're texting once or twice a day. It's refreshing because sometimes you'll date someone who's just honest. He's like, I can't wait, or she's like, I can't wait to see you again. I'm really looking forward to it. That's not a mixed signal. A mixed signal is, you hear from the person on Monday night, then you don't hear again until Saturday morning as that person's on their way out to go to some festival somewhere. And you don't know who they're going with. Mixed signals are a signal. And we need to take that and take it to heart and move on to that person who thinks we're the bomb. 8 billion people on this planet, there's someone for everyone. Remember, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are enough. See you soon.